Hello, hello. I have a new deck profile. This time it's going to be Magic the Gathering. It's my least favorite TCG of the three, but I personally like this deck a lot. So I built the Type 1.5 Affinity from 2004. It's called Ravager Affinity, Vial Affinity, whatever you want to name it. And let's go through the cards real quick. So namesakes, basically, Mirror Forces cost 7 and is reduced by the affinity mechanic. Same with the Frog Knight. And then we have Workers and Ravager, which is the best card in the deck, obviously. It's just so unassuming with, you pay 2 to get a 1/1 and you have to sacrifice a whole card just to get a counter, but turns out that that's ridiculously broken. And it's my favorite trading card in general. So of all the 3 TCGs I play, that's my favorite card. And it's the best card in the deck. We also have 2 Mirror Retriever, which I personally think is pretty bad. But you can run Atox instead of this. We basically run it because it has synergy with Ravager, and you also want an additional 2-drop for Vial, which Vial is also one of the best cards in the deck because it enables like tricks with, Ravager, Vialing it in, or Disciple, and the things you Vial in can't be countered. They just come into play. So your opponent has to respond basically when you say, hey, I'm activating Vial, then they have to respond, otherwise it's just too late. So this is a very nice card, and yeah, I like it. Force Sphere, which is mana fixing, it's just draw, it's combos with Disciple. It's just a nice card that glues the deck together a little bit more. And we have Plating, which, that's the other kill card. Yeah, this is not Skullclamp Affinity, it's just Plating Affinity, which that may sound controversial, but I like Plating more because it just kills faster, and it's better with Blinkmoth Nexus and stuff. And then the non-artifacts, we have Disciple, so obviously the combo with Disciple is you sack a bunch of stuff to Ravager, they lose life because of Disciple, and then you just attack them for game. And that's very simple, and we'll get to why. We have also for Forecast, which draw 2 for 1 mana, basically. It's crazily broken. 1 Night's Whisper, just a little bit more card draw. There was one list in the top 8 of Worlds 04 that run 3. I think that's a little bit too much. I just want to have a little bit more redundancy in draw because we are obviously not running the Skullclamp. And then 2 Sharpened Blast, which is I personally don't recommend it in Vial Affinity because you pretty much want to have more creatures. But I'm just playing kitchen table Magic. I just play against random stuff, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I want to have some interaction. It's also just reach. It's pretty powerful, 2 mana 5 damage. It could be 6, it could be more. And yeah, it's a nice card, but probably if you want to have the objectively correct list, you would run Atox instead, pretty much. And then for Nexus, creature land, it's easy to store counters on this. If they kill Ravager, you just activate the Nexus and you have a pretty nice target for that. Also for Citadel, artifact lands. Just a random Glimmer Void. A little bit more mana fixing or color fixing. 2 Fionas and 4 of the black one and 4 of the blue one. So yeah, these are artifact lands. Pretty ridiculous because these lands basically equal damage. and Glimmer Void is the only land that pretty much does nothing. And yeah, very easy to kill them with this card. If you have 2 Disciples out, they take 2 damage for each artifact you sack, and keep in mind you also have an attack phase after that. So yeah, it's very ridiculous deck. The reason I like it so much is because when this was played in Standard, I was like a little kid. I was like 11, 12 years old or something. And that was the time where I had first access to the internet, basically. And I read about this deck online, and I thought it was just the coolest thing, because it was tearing shit apart all over the tournament scene. It was just, you had to play this deck. Otherwise you would just lose. So pretty terrible for the game, just in general, very terrible for the game. Very unhealthy, but I didn't care. I was just a kid. I thought this was amazing. So that's why I had to get these cards eventually, and all foiled out. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this deck, and see you next video.